Hi, I'm Ed Stevenson, PGA professional and Director of Golf for the Forest Preserve District of DuPage County Golf Courses. Today we're out at Oak Meadows in Addison. You know, when I talk to golfers about what tip they've heard more than any other, they all say, keep your head down. And we've all heard it, whether it's a playing partner, a buddy, someone suggested that when we play golf, we should keep our head down. Today, I'm here to tell you to forget about it. In fact, I'm going to encourage you to keep your head up for better posture and for better body movement. Here's what I mean. When we find a golfer that's overly fixed on keeping their head down, it creates a couple of problems for them. First of all, it takes their posture and it tends to round out their posture a little bit too much. And also, when our head is down too far, we're in a position where as we start to turn our shoulders, we have a conflict for space and our shoulder tends to bump into our chin, which makes keeping your head still almost impossible. So instead, I'd like to encourage golfers to keep their head up just a little bit. And here's how this will look. As we set up, we'd like to take our chin and keep it up just slightly. And as you can see, by bringing our chin up, it tends to make our posture and our spine a little bit better for an athletic swing. And it also, by keeping our chin up, allows us to make a swing where there's plenty of room for the shoulders to do their work and turn underneath our chin. So for a better swing and a more athletic movement, forget about keeping your head down. We really want to keep our eyes on the ball. And if we can put our head in a position that does that, golfers will hit better shots. So once again, I'm Ed Stevenson from Oak Meadows. Hit them straight.
Great thoughts there, Ed. Thank you. Next month, the John Deere Classic returns to the Quad Cities at the TPC Deere Run. With the absence of the BMW Championship, it'll be the only PGA Tour event in Illinois this year. 2 of the top 15 players in the world are planning to tee it up and win it for the second time. 19-year-old Jordan Spieth blasted his way onto the tour last year by holing out this shot from a greenside bunker on 18 to make it into a 3-man playoff. On the 5th playoff hole, the kid who seems to have that it factor found himself in the trees on Deere Run's difficult 18th. He played a fearless, low-running shot that bounded to the back of the green. The Texan easily 2-putted from there for his first tour victory, ensuring full playing status for 2014.
Hey, it's the first time, guys. You'll learn. You'll get better at this.
3-time Ryder Cupper Zach Johnson's a fixture at the John Deere Classic, having won the event in 2012. He's from nearby Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and proudly represents this tournament, which began in 1971.
I mean, they work hard there. I mean, everybody does. Certainly John Deere works hard to make it a great event. They make it a family-oriented event. The big dig on Tuesday night for us players and our families, and then just everything they do inside and outside. The golf course is great. TPC Deere Run is terrific. Low scores, but it's that time of year. It's just the way it is. There's not much rough, and the greens are perfect. So that's just what that's what happens. But that's what it promotes. But they've done a great job. Having the plane that goes to the British Open certainly doesn't hurt.
One of Johnson's biggest victories came last year in the BMW Championship at Conway Farms in Lake Forest. The FedEx Playoff event had a star-studded field, but a blistering final round 7 under par 65 gave Johnson his 10th career title.
If anything, it just validated the fact that I'm doing the right things. I've got the right team. I've got the right approach, and it was a matter of being patient because prior to that, I had a number of great finishes, and I just couldn't crack the win. So it was hard work paid off, and more than that, I think just realization that I'm doing the right things with the right people.
He's got a lot of guts. He's got a lot of guts. He really does. He's not afraid to win. When he gets in this situation, a lot of guys might back up, and he wants to keep going, putting the pedal to the metal, and that's the difference. Zach
is a thinking man's player, probably best known for his putting prowess. He works at it, but knows you can't make them all.
I don't know if there's one key. I mean, I think there's certainly some technique involved, but there's also a lot of feel involved. I mean, I think it's a matter of just understanding, the outcomes are relevant and just hitting the putt. I mean, you're going to hit good putts that don't go in. You're going to hit bad putts that do go in. So it's a matter of just being patient and, waiting for them to drop.
Take a spin out to the Quad Cities and see Jordan and Zach at next month's John Deere Classic. Things kick off the week of July 7th. A putter that actually makes sense and golf shoes that are comfortable Our Dave Lockhart introduces us to some innovative new items which just might help you enjoy the game a bit more.
Radius Roll Putters is a new company based in Chicago getting a fair amount of attention. It features technology that seems quite logical. Its putters are uniquely rounded, where the equator of the putter hits the equator of the golf ball, meaning there's no friction between the putter face and the ball. Thus, the ball begins rolling immediately.
The equator of the golf ball is the center line where the ball would be halfway up, the point at which you would actually strike the golf ball. Most flat-faced putters either hit the ball below the equator, or I guess in essence it doesn't really matter, because with the loft on there, it picks the ball up, throws it in the air, puts backspin on it. When it hits the ground, it hops and skids before it starts rolling.
The company spent 5 years in research and development and takes great pride in being based in Chicago and in the good old US of A.
Number one, we think we make, the USA makes the best quality products in the world. Number two, we have a much better turnaround time than most people, because if we need it, we go right to the manufacturer. They make it to our specifications on the spot.
Golf shoes have been gaining traction in the retail sector in recent years, mostly because of the casual and more athletic-looking styles. One well-known company is making a welcome splash into the market.
We use a Rev Light midsole. That's our New Balance's lightest midsole they can use. Very lightweight, very great cushioning, but also a lot of responsiveness in that cushioning. Again, it's a spikeless outsole. It looks like it's spiked, but it's just two-color rubber outsole. And this is on the Minimus platform. So what Minimus means, it's narrow through the heel, narrow through here, and then wider in the forefoot. So it lets your toes splay apart, gives you, again, that wider base platform to improve their balance.
Another footwear company recently joined the golf shoe fray. Skechers understands what people are looking for in today's game.
Well, I think, the fashion trend was set a couple years ago. Younger golfers that are getting into the marketplace didn't like the old style golf shoes, so they started to branch out into more colorful types of shoes. But these shoes are so lightweight, you can not only go to the 19th hole, you can go to your car, you can walk around it, more like golf sneakers than really the old heavyweight golf shoes.
Longtime shoemaker Adidas continues to tweak its line. The athletic style of the Adizero is now wider and lighter than last year's model.
Adidas is always seen as an innovative company, and we think we have a few new breakthrough technologies that are really going to change the golf market. The first big product we have is the Adizero 1. So the reason it's called Adizero 1 is because of the one-piece upper, where we have 7 layers hot press bonded into a one-piece upper, which creates an extremely comfortable and lightweight upper. So last year we had a 10.6 ounce cleat. This year we have a 9.6 ounce cleat. So we've saved 10%.
It's also interesting that the Adizero golf shoe has a spike in the middle of the sole, a la Ben Hogan in the 1950s. Next on the tee, we'll stretch it out with our friends at Athletico and take a tour of a few of the finest courses in Wisconsin.